Hello everybody and welcome back to Railroad Tycoon 2, the 2nd Century campaign. We are on our 6th mission of the playthrough, which is Ich bin ein Berliner. Sorry. This is one of those much quicker scenarios compared to the rest that we've done so far, which is, I guess, a nice break. I've got some notes for drawstrings for the Iron Curtain, by the way. There's two things. I should have utilised dining carts on the smaller stations going back towards Omsk, the largest station that had lots and lots of houses. That would have made me a lot more money. And also, I did go back and go ahead and get the silver because it turns out I had the prerequisites for that. So I reckon if we had done things marginally differently, I might have been able to get an extra train away. Let's actually go up on the map here. Because we had 4 trains going to Vladivostok. Yeah, Vladivostok, that's how it is, isn't it? How it's pronounced, yeah. And we were, if we just had a 5th train, we probably could have got a load of extra money just for dropping off some goods, just to sort of supply the rest of the route and potentially get us the gold. So we were close. We were close, but yeah, I think if I'd used dining carts earlier on, dining cars that is, we would have actually had that. Anyway, for this next scenario, it takes place in Germany, as you might expect, 1948. We can either go for better safety, engine speed, or acceleration. I'm going to go for safety. I like the safety net, I guess, that offers. So we shouldn't really get any breakdowns as kind of a thing. That said, acceleration's a pretty good one, arguably better than the engine speed itself. Getting up to full speed might be good, so I'm tempted to go for that, but I'm going to stick with safety. Alright, let's go.
Tensions are rising between Russia and the Western Allies. There are rumors of a blockade. Berlin could be cut off. Walls of every kind are going up. People are scrambling to escape the closing Iron Curtain. Berlin will need all the supplies it can get to outlast the siege. It won't be easy, as borders are tightening everywhere, even as we speak.
The close of World War II has divided Germany into communist East Germany and capitalist Western Germany. Tensions over control of the city of Berlin have escalated and a blockade is imminent. You must supply Berlin with enough material to wait out the siege. All deliveries must be completed by the end of the day, June 25th. That is only 1 week. So for the bronze, deliver 8 loads of food, 5 loads of diesel and 4 loads of troops to Berlin. Silver, deliver the above plus 3 loads of steel, and for the gold, deliver the above plus 2 loads of ammunition and 2 loads of weapons. Okay, game is paused. 8 food, 5 diesel, 4 troops, 3 steel, which are at the end points, and then 2 weapons, 2 ammunition. The ammunition they're tricky because they're heavier. And they can really stop a train. Right, first of all, before I forget to, let's do this. So this one here, this is the 4441. Yes, we only have 2 trains to do this, by the way. This is slightly better on gradients, so it's better off doing our distances. It's also actually a reliable train, so we can push this one up quite a bit, to, especially in its sort of initial run where it's not carrying anything but the caboose. And then over here we have our second train, which is the Mallard, which has below average reliability, but it is damn good on a flat plane though. Not as good as the other train. That's going to handle up north here where it's a lot flatter. I feel like that's the best way to go. If we want to get all 3, there's only 3 steel on the map. I did check this over. I've gone through all of this, and essentially they're at the ends here. You've got Linz over here with 1. You've got Saarbrücken over here, and then you've got Duisburg over there. So yeah, and the ones to avoid are probably this troops here, as well as I think the food over here and hangover. I think we don't need that one. I've been cut. Like I say, I've got a plan, and it starts here. So let's go ahead and cancel this. You were going to start off going to Linz over there. We're also, because of the reliability of this train, we're going to pump up the speed on it by quite a bit. Yeah, really make this first trip. If it's going to crash early. We'll go ahead and give you a caboose, at least for the first section of this. Grab the 2 weapons. There's one of our gold medal things. Can you pick up ammunition on the way back at all? Where's the ammunition? The 2 ammunition are, unfortunately, I know one of them's up here, Hamburg. The other one, there it is in Mainz. Well, I'm going to need 2 food, that's for sure. And then either 1 diesel or a troops. I think I'm going to grab the troops. the diesel, there's multiple diesel. We've got 2 here, as you can see, the one there, 1 here, and then 2 up there. Remember, we only need 5. Yes, 5. So I'm thinking grabbing the diesel here. The diesel at the end here, steel, 2 food. Oh, actually, no. Still feel like the troops is necessary. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? So we'll grab the troops and then back to Berlin. Once you've gone to Berlin, clean house. Something I need to do as well is make sure these are all set to yellow, because otherwise they deliver all the stuff. You can be set to regular. Then you're going to go to the other end, grab some steel, although I think to make the journey a bit quicker, you're going to have to come into Gotten. Yeah. So this station, as it turns out, very important that I'm glad the Mallard started here. We set a train going from Berlin along here. It's going to avoid this station here in order to refuel, so sand and water and even oil. So really we want to make sure that we have it stopped there. So rather than going straight to Saarbrücken or whatever it is, go to, yeah, Göttingen Crossing. I think that's kind of the... no, you've missed Berlin. Make sure you go to Berlin, please. Apparently it's a lovely city. I would love to go there someday. Right, take nothing again, and then make sure Berlin, though, is like that. There we go. Very good. I don't want you leaving stuff on the train there. Okay, very good. So take a steel. Take 2 diesel. Take 1 troops and... We're taking the troops from here, and I think we're going to take 1 from up here. Yeah, there in Bremen. So we can probably avoid this troops. Go for the 2 food, because we need 8 of those. That's a lot of food. And then the ammunition. I'm glad this is the reliable train, because that's a long journey to go with that ammunition. So you can then go from there to Gothenburg. Yes, like that, to Berlin. And that's kind of it. Have a caboose. Alright, I think that's as good as that gets. We're avoiding the weapons here in Stuttgart. There are weapons there, but I don't see how that really helps us here. Train number 2. You're going to be going up north, and I think you've got to start over here at the end so you can quickly sort of take out the stuff that's far away and go back. I'm also going to make sure this thing has a caboose at all times, because as you can see, it is much less reliable. So from here, how about I could actually have you come up here straight away, grab a few bits and off you go. That's not a bad idea, actually. Because you're already halfway there. But it's just since you're already near the end here, I might as well come over here, grab... how much diesel are you bringing back? Just the 2. So you've got to make sure you do enough diesel. Let's go to Cologne. Let's go here straight away. And then grab the steel as well. And again, make sure we do this. Don't need to worry about it. The other stuff, this one here, because there's nothing on board. Grab a couple of food. And then do we want to sort of literally bite the bullet early on? Grab the ammunition and hope for the best. Go to Berlin. Take this back. Very good. And then from here, I'm thinking the troops. That'll be our second one. 2 diesel, 2 food. Yeah, that looks really good, actually. So from here, make sure we go yellow, just so it's quite abundantly clear. I don't like the fact that I've got to scroll each time. And 2 food. Right. Yeah, that seems to check out. And then back to Berlin. And then from here, somebody is going to have to get 2 troops from one of these, basically these, yeah, Frankfurt and Wurzburg, essentially. That's something we just have to work out at some point. Alternatively, I could not put a caboose on this train and potentially take an additional one back somewhere. But that feels... I'll be going back on myself because of the way the flow is here. Is this by any chance? Yeah, let's just go all the way through. Interesting. Alright, I don't see it getting much better than this. I think you can probably stay flat like that in terms of throttle. And you can come up to, yeah, go 1%. You might as well match it. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And we've just got to hope for the best, really. So, if this can get off to a flying start, the 4444 T1, it can get there early. We can perhaps sort of take our foot off the gas when it's got, say, some ammunition aboard, or at least just sort of have it stay flat. Like I say, it's got good reliability, fast acceleration. This train is going to have to do a lot of work here. But I'm going to keep it on game speed 3 because I do think that time progresses a little bit quicker if you go any higher. So we'll just keep it on 3 the whole time. All right, and yeah, good luck everybody. Okay, the Mallard. That's what it's called, right? The Class A4 Mallard, it does have its first bit of cargo. It's about to pick up that steel. There we go. Excellent. Off you go. I can see how acceleration in this scenario might be better. Really get off to sort of some flying starts, but then you obviously have to really take your foot off the gas a little bit, I would say at times, which I'm going to have to do with the Mallard anyway. So the plus 25% train safety, which I assume is reliability of the train as opposed to likelihood of getting mugged. It's the only thing I can assume really there. But we'll see. How are you doing? You are still on your way, and we're almost at the end of the... This has taken almost a full day to make this journey, and it's still like nearly maxed out here. Just gotta... We've got to get that steel though. I mean, that's just to get the silver, so... No other really way to do this, I would say. But yeah, the Mallard, it's not as good on gradients as you can see here. It struggles above. I mean, to be honest, that gradient's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, look at it. 1.5%, that is a bit much for the Mallard. Right, let's bring it off slightly. Not much. Still fairly fast, but we can take 1% off there. Keep it all right. And you need to get yourself to Hamburg for that munitions. This is going to be a very risky load. I might put a quick save in before it gets there. Okay, so here we go. The Mallard is leaving the station with the ammunition and a caboose. And it's at 7.8%. Let's just bring it down to... Yeah, let's go for 6.4. Just slightly. Still want to keep that speed up so it gets through it. I have a feeling this is a bit of a save scum sort of scenario, to be honest. How are you looking here? You're doing fine. Just keep going. Keep ploughing through here. Get that food. The weapons don't weigh much. They're only 35 tons a piece compared to the, say, 50 tons of the ammunition. Right. There's no point in even looking at... We can't even change the manager. Otherwise, that would be that would be quite useful, wouldn't it? And you should be able to get that. Troops. There we go, from Nuremberg. How are you looking? 6.6%. Let's bring this back down to sort of about flats. Maybe even slightly high. Yeah, there we go. We're going to lose the caboose, so that's when we'll bring it back down to probably regular throttle, I would say. But keep that throttle looking okay. This is doing okay. The Mallard is getting there. But that 8% is kind of scary. I might bring that down a touch. Kremlin demands withdrawal of forces from Berlin. Negotiations for unity go poorly. Well, who'd have thought? Okay, and a fully loaded 4444 T1 is on its way now. 6%. Let's bring that back down to sort of regular 3.2. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That will do nicely. Just chug along, 6 carriages. That's very good. How are you doing? You are going very slow because of the... What? Why are you going so slow? I might... 9%. I can't increase that throttle. That's insane. Those are insane breakdown chances across 5 days. That's not going to last, is it? And here comes the Mallard. It's made it home without any breakdowns, which is all I can really ask for. There we go. Safe and sound. Back down to 2.7%, which is still way higher than it was. Let's bump that up to regular sort of speed, because it needs to get going to Bremen for the troops over here. Good, right, away you go, little mallard. And I'm hoping that's going to be the one that maybe picks up the troops from over here. But we will have to see. It does depend how... Okay, there we go. Yay, we've hauled some things. It would be more useful if it said out of how many cargo loads you... how many cargo loads you'd hauled out of the required for the scenario. But then I guess there's sometimes different prerequisites, aren't there? You are just taking forever here. I'm not liking this, to be honest with you. Right, I'm going to have to boost this one up a little bit because it is going slow. Right, come on. Push on. Push on. Bring the goods home. We're already coming up to the... yeah, we're on the 21st here. Midday. We're halfway through, essentially. Tell you what, though. We're doing pretty well over here. The mallard has impressed me. I've got to admit. You're out of water, but you're very close. But yes, once you get through here, at least we've got the little catch there. And then, yeah, that should be fine. Oh, it's so good to see that back and going. Right, let's go ahead and charge it ahead. Yep, full speed, please. You have got some ground to cover. Yes, we know we're doing okay. Half the food, most of the steel. You're going to get the last bit of steel. And you're going to get the last bit of... Not really the last bit of anything, but a good amount of stuff. Right, so how are you looking? Oh, that's a horrible breakdown chance. Let's sort of bring this down to about... That's probably the best I can realistically do it. Yeah, still going to be a decent breakdown chance, but at least it should get there. Yeah, these breakdown chances rapidly increase over time, don't they? Quite dramatically, actually, increase over time. Yeah, look at that. Whoosh, even 5.2%. Well, that's because I've also set it to very fast, but really, yeah, 4.1. That should be fine. And that's still bloody quick, but it's got a lot of distance to go. I am tempted to really bring it up quite a bit. I mean, this is just painfully slow. But once it's done this, we're pretty much there, aren't we? How are you looking here? Is that enough water to get me there? No, it's not. Should I go in to get some munitions, I wonder? Should we be doing this in tiny little short journeys as well? Is that actually the way to play this? We've only got 23rd, 24th, 25th, 3 days to go. And to be honest with you, this is already looking like it's a bit of a lost cause. The mallard might be able to fulfill its duties. Possibly. Where is it going? To Berlin. Okay. Yeah, it's about to fulfill its duties, so surely this just needs to grab the 2 troops. So actually I need to make sure, haha, I saw you. You need to go there first. Then go to Frankfurt. Right? Yes, then go to Würzburg. Then back to Berlin. That's what I need from you for the rest of this scenario. I just question whether or not... yeah, this train is going to be able to make it. It's a great train, but... yeah, this is not looking promising. We've had no breakdowns. I've managed to boost this up slightly in terms of its speed, the best I can. Like, realistically. How are you doing? You're getting that steel, aren't you? It's gonna be bloody close is all I can say, people. That's all I can say. It's going to be very close. At least you've made it, right? Yes! Oh boy, that's huge. Okay, remember, if we don't get everybody home, it's pretty much no bronze either way, so maybe we're not even going to get a medal for this, potentially, which, to be honest, is looking more and more likely. Let's go ahead and sort of boost this up slightly. Yeah, there we go, that'll be fine. Off you go. Really raise the speed of it. They might also clash as well, as a possibility, which... is a bit concerning. In fact, hang on. Shouldn't you maybe pick up the ammunition? I know that's a bit crazy. That's too crazy, isn't it? Because what are you taking back here? You're already taking back so much. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to make you do that. I'm going to make you take the ammunition. the troops, and the troops. Then go back to Berlin. And then over here, because you're so far behind. Grab a caboose, and that way we can proper, like, boost this train. Yeah, that seems like the best way to go. Okay. Like I say, we'll micromanage this, I guess, as we go. Actually, now that I look at this, maybe you should be picking up that ammunition. You're already on your way back, and the Mallard's not even close. So, really, I think I will grab this. I know I can't make up my mind, can I? But what can I do whenever everything's... Oh, no. Keep that there. Looking like this. I just don't see us making this, to be honest. In fact, I don't know how the hell you are meant to do this. I might have to redo this scenario at some point and then tack that on at the end of this video. Okay, this has the ammunition. I've gone ahead and brought it back down to sort of reasonable speed. With about a 5% breakdown chance at slow speed, so we're looking at about 6 to 7%. How's the Mallard looking? 4.5 here. Okay, that's fine. I don't like the fact that you're blocking our friend there. That's not so good, but what can we do? We've only got 1 day to get all the way across to here, which obviously is not happening. No, 2 days. Day and a half. Maybe it's possible. Oh my god, a 12% chance of a breakdown. I mean, kind of have to roll the dice at this point, right? Pretty much. It is not a nice route here. With these gradients. It looks like there's a big gradient, but there really isn't. Oops. Yeah, 3% there. That's why I've had to go easy on the Mallard here. Like, yes, it's taken a few extras. But not much more I can really do about this, to be honest. How are you looking? 6.8%. 8.7%. That's kind of all I can do here. Can I make sure you're the priority train? Because at least you'll make it home and give us a medal. Although, to be honest, we need the diesel and the food for the medals, so I don't think that's even happening. Pretty much no. Okay, well, I'm still going to have you cut across, because you'll be much quicker. At least it'll look better. I don't see how we get through this, personally. Well, we've got about 6 hours to go, and the Mallard's about to make it. I think that'll make it, but there's no way this one here is going to. It's going to run out of water as well, but, you know, I don't see what else I can really do. It's definitely a... Maybe that was not the right perk to pick. Perhaps I should have gone with acceleration. In fact, I might run this scenario again doing such a thing, and then kind of just relying on acceleration to see me through. But yes, there we go. I don't know why you're taking 2 troops. You should just really go to Berlin. And then, yeah, how about you do that? How about you just make sure you go to Berlin? In fact, that might not even count as the 2 troops. There we go. You all did it even take... No, it didn't even deliver the 2 troops. Alright, failing to provide for the impending siege of Berlin has put millions in harm's way. Now I'll have to depend on risky air troops. Well, I'm going to give this another go during the week, and I'm going to see, I'll tack on a sort of extension to this video, because it's quite a short scenario, and I'll see if I have any better luck with some different strategies. Okay, well, I've started the scenario again, this time selecting the acceleration bonus, and that has proved to be a little bit better, but we're not quite going to make it, unfortunately. This train is just maybe half a day shy of making it to Berlin. We managed to get the troops over, though. I took this route here for it, which isn't quicker, actually. It's not quicker at all, but hey-ho. So I'm going to give this one more go, this time just getting the silver instead. Okay, I've started the scenario again. This time we are not going to pick up the ammunition or the weapons, we're going to just go for the silver. So the routes are mostly the same. The first route here, so instead of picking up weapons, we're going to pick up some additional diesel, I believe it is. I just want to make sure, though, you are not wasting too much time on diesel. No. So you've got food, diesel, steel, and then the following train, it's going to be just with 4 loads of cargo, so no ammunition to really slow it down. That will make quite a difference actually on that last leg there, and that should get us over the line. Not to mention we're going to go caboose all the way here, so that should be quite nice too. Over here we're going one carriage shy, so we're not taking the ammunition anymore, which will really help this first leg quite a lot. Then the second leg will finish off the diesel, we'll have all the food, and then the final leg again, grabbing those 2 troops, one from Frankfurt, then to Wurzburg, and then taking this way round. That worked quite nicely last time. Whereas I think you, on the other hand, you're going to take, you're going to go to is it Göttingen crossing? Yeah, that's it. So we're just going for the silver. Hopefully everything's okay. I think you might be able to boost up a little bit just to begin with. And away we go. And we are going maximum speed here with this train as well. So really get off to a nice, good, quick start. Look at this, 95 miles an hour on these stretches here. It's mighty fast on flat terrain, isn't it? And also it's going to become very unreliable very quickly, so going for high speed to begin with does make a lot of sense. Does feel like I'm missing a station, right? Like there should be a station here in Leipzig. That's what I feel like is missing here. I mean, it is a proper town, but there isn't one there, which I'm just so puzzled with, honestly. But hey, it is what it is. At least this time around we should get the silver. Well, this is throwing me off. How come there's only one diesel there? I thought there was 2. Huh. So one, I am going to need to come over here and pick up a second one then, aren't I? Oh, that's... yeah, how does that work? 1, 2... I'm very confused. There's normally 2 there, right, people? Am I going a bit crazy? I think I am going a bit bonkers. What am I missing here? We've got the 1 diesel from there, 1 diesel. So I'm going to have to make an additional stop down here in Strasbourg, aren't I? So the way back, there's still going to be a lot of carriages. Maybe we won't make this after all at this rate. But we'll just have to see, won't we? We'll have to see how I think the Mallard can do, because maybe it can pick up a little extra one itself, but we'll see. I mean, it's doing very well this time around. Okay, I'm still finding myself a little bit unsure as to how I want to do this. I really don't want to load this thing up with like 5 carriages, so I think I might just have it grab the food and then come back. Yeah, I really think I will do that. That's really screwed me over, that rand. I'm sure there's 2 diesel there. I'm like 90% sure. Unless I grab a sort of, maybe from here, for us to grab this one. Still like this route's a bit better actually, so yeah. I'm actually going to have it go this way, and yeah, that's fine. Oops, nope, that's not right. Back to Berlin. All right, yeah, that's going to be the route. It's just going to grab those food, and it'll run slightly faster that way as well. 7.4%. You know what? Let's bring this down just slightly. There we go. Still going to be nice and nippy. Right, where are you going? You're going to Frankfurt apparently, but you're not anymore. You are indeed going to over here. Where is it? Karlsruhe. Yeah, you're going to grab all them troops. One from Frankfurt, one from Wurzburg. And that pretty much is your limit, and then you're going to take this route around. Yeah, that way you'll always be able to run quite fast. It's running at a decent speed right now. Where on earth is it going? Oh no. Oh, good thing I saved fairly recently. One moment. Okay, this is looking perfect right now. This is exactly what we're looking to do. Because this train should always be a bit faster as it'll be slightly shorter. You're just going to make your way back now. You're grabbing those troops. There's one. How are we looking? We may need to bring the throttle down soon. I think once you've crossed this 3% hill here, I don't think you've got any more terrible hills. I think that's the worst one. It does get a little bit over here. Oh, wait. 1.5. All in all, not bad. But once you've crossed that, that's when I think I'm interested in changing things up for you. Well, this is looking pretty good at the moment, although it's going to be... We are going to be cutting it close, but this is considerably quicker, even though it's just one carriage shorter, so it should make it. You'll be swinging around this way to grab the extra troop. That's why they're going to be taking different routes home. But they also shouldn't obstruct each other. They might actually meet kind of in the middle here, but we'll have to see, won't we? Oh, that is... I mean, it's just been going up a hill, so that is kind of why it's so bad. I need to... That's also why you've been doing so well. I've had you unapologetically going fast, but that's actually really paid off here. We're in a pretty good spot right now, and how are you doing? You're still going. Keep going. Keep pushing it. Grab that third troop, okay. And around you go. The reason it's going this way is there's a little stop-off point in between, and I just think momentum-wise it's kind of already going this way. It should work well. Looks like you're going to make it to Berlin, and it looks like you're going to make it... Obviously, the only thing we need to keep an eye on are breakdowns, of course. Okay, it looks like we're just about to make it. I don't know why this train refuses to unload. I had a little bit of a scare earlier. And honestly, this is already looking like it's going to be bloody dicey. I don't think it's going to make it. Oh, I am done. I am done with this scenario. Yeah, wow. I just don't even care. Nah, sorry. I don't play this game for those sorts of scenarios.
You can try it again or skip it for the next challenge.
I will indeed skip it. Yeah, so I could go back and min-max that. I'm not sure if that initial... if the bonus on that attempt was the safety or the acceleration. I think it might have been the safety, so maybe that was the wrong one. I mean, that is the wrong one to go for. You want to go for the acceleration. Anyway, let's actually play what this game's known for, and actually setting up train networks in the super trains next time. Yeah, that should be much more enjoyable. I thought I was going to enjoy that scenario, and I really did not. Really didn't. I don't know how on earth you're meant to get gold in that, honestly. I could probably sit and work it out, but no thanks. No thanks. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I shall indeed see you all next time.